Something extraordinary has manifested in the quiet hills of Medjugorje, and it demands the immediate attention of every Christian soul. For decades, the world has watched and wondered, but what happened just days ago has shifted the timeline of spiritual history. The visionary Mirjana has received what sources close to her are calling the most urgent communication from the Blessed Virgin Mary in decades. This is no longer a general call to prayer. It is a specific warning regarding the final weeks of December 2025. It happened on November 25th, during her regular monthly apparition. Usually, these encounters are brief moments of grace. But this time, the connection between heaven and earth lasted nearly 20 minutes. Witnesses packed into her prayer room reported a sudden, unexplained intensity in the atmosphere. The physical temperature in the room plummeted noticeably, yet simultaneously, a distinct, overwhelming scent of roses filled the air, an impossible fragrance of the biting cold of late autumn. But it was Mirjana's physical reaction that has sent shockwaves through the faithful community. She emerged from the ecstasy visibly shaken. Her face was pale, and her hands were trembling violently as she clutched her rosary. This was not a message of simple comfort. It was a directive. According to reliable sources within the inner circle of Medjugorje, the Virgin's words carried a tone of unprecedented maternal urgency. She spoke of events that will unfold this December, events that will test the faith of Christians worldwide and separate those who truly believe from those who merely profess faith in name only. As a small thank you for joining us today during these critical times, we offer a moment of shared blessing. Comment with the word faith below if you are open to receiving a special final thought dedicated to everyone participating. And please press like if you appreciate these updates. Father Marinko Sakota, the parish priest of St. James Church, confirmed that Mirjana approached him immediately after this intense encounter. Their private conversation lasted over 2 hours. While he remains bound by discretion regarding the specific secrets, his public demeanor has changed. He has stated that all Christians must now prepare spiritually for what lies ahead. The Mother of God reportedly emphasized that while what is coming cannot be stopped, those who heed her warnings can be protected. Stay with us, because as our story unfolds, we will reveal the specific 3 days warning that accompanied this message, a detail that explains why families are being told to turn their homes into sanctuaries right now. The urgency of this new message becomes terrifyingly clear when we look at the context of the world around us. We are witnessing conflicts spreading across multiple continents, economies teetering on the edge of instability, and natural disasters occurring with alarming frequency. For many believers, these are not just random headlines. They are the signs a prophetic timeline spoken of at Fatima and other approved apparitions is accelerating. Mirjana has been unusually explicit in sharing portions of this message, breaking her typical reserve to offer specific guidance for the challenges ahead. In a brief statement to the gathered pilgrims, she revealed that the Blessed Mother spoke at length about the traditional tools of spiritual warfare: prayer, fasting, and reconciliation. However, the tone has shifted. The Virgin emphasized that these practices must now be undertaken with greater intensity and purpose than ever before. As St. Peter warned the early church, "Be sober and watch, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, goeth about seeking whom he may devour." 1 Peter 5, verse 8 DRB. The time for casual faith is over. Only those who fully commit to God will successfully navigate the coming trials. Perhaps most significantly, the visionary revealed that Mary spoke specifically about families and our physical homes. The instruction is clear. Christian homes must immediately become sanctuaries of peace and prayer. The Virgin urged believers to remove anything that distracts from spiritual focus and to establish daily routines of family prayer right now. The warning accompanying this instruction was stark. In the coming weeks, families will face unprecedented pressures that could destroy them unless they are firmly rooted in faith. This is not an isolated warning given to just one person. Reports from other visionaries of Medjugorje suggest a coordinated response from heaven. Ivan Dragicevic, who continues to receive regular apparitions, has indicated that his recent messages have become increasingly serious in tone. Similarly, Maria Pavlovich Linetti, currently residing in Italy, has shared identical experiences with her spiritual director. It appears that heaven is mobilizing every available channel to communicate these essential warnings before it is too late. But what exactly is going to happen in December? In the next chapter, we will reveal the intelligence reports predicting a global communication disruption and the strange electromagnetic readings a neurologist recorded while studying Mirjana. The timing of Mirjana's urgent message is colliding with a disturbing reality in the secular world. Intelligence reports are quietly circulating that warn of significant potential disruptions to global communications and supply chains specifically during this coming December. While secular analysts and government officials attribute these risks to geopolitical tensions and cyber threats, those familiar with Marian prophecy recognize a deeper dimension. It is as if the physical infrastructure of the world is becoming as fragile as its spiritual state. The church authorities have responded to these developments with a measured but palpable concern. While officially maintaining a stance of ongoing investigation, sources indicate that Cardinal Luis Ladaria, prefect of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, has requested detailed documentation of all recent apparitions and messages from the parish of Medjugorje. This level of scrutiny from the Vatican suggests they are seeing patterns that require serious attention. But the evidence isn't just bureaucratic, it is scientific. Dr. Marco Galli, an Italian neurologist who has studied the visionaries for over 15 years, was present during the November 25th apparition. His findings are startling. His instruments recorded abnormal electromagnetic readings during the moment of ecstasy, energy fluctuations that defy conventional scientific explanation. These readings suggest that something from outside our normal dimension of reality was physically interacting with the visionary. As it is written in the Gospel of Luke, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations," Luke 21 verse 25 KJV. The practical implications of these signs are already reshaping lives. Pilgrims returning from Medjugorje are not just going back to business as usual. They report feeling a compulsion to simplify their possessions, strengthen their prayer lives, and, most urgently, repair damaged relationships. Some have even taken the drastic step of relocating to rural areas, sensing that urban centers may face particular challenges in the weeks to come. But why this specific month? In the next chapter, we will uncover why December 2025 is being called the Great Purification and reveal the specific 3 days prophecy that Mirjana reportedly shared with her inner circle. For scholars of Marian prophecy, the emphasis on December holds a special, heavy significance. Historically, this month has been associated with major revelations and divine interventions throughout Christian history. However, the message received by Mirjana suggests that December 2025 marks a crucial turning point in prophetic timeline, a moment many are calling the Great Purification. This aligns with various private revelations that have long spoken of a cleansing of the world occurring during the winter months. In subsequent private conversations with trusted spiritual advisors, Mirjana has reportedly revealed further details about this specific warning. According to these sources, the Blessed Mother spoke of a 3-day period. During this time, ordinary life will be interrupted in ways that the vast majority of people cannot currently imagine. This disruption is not intended merely as a frightening event, but as a dual-purpose signal. It serves as a final warning, but also as a supreme opportunity for humanity to recognize its absolute dependence on divine providence. If this message resonates deep within you and you feel moved to affirm your faith right now, simply type Amen in the comment below. The visionary described a heartbreaking shift in the Virgin Mary's demeanor when speaking of this December period. Her usual expression of maternal tenderness gave way to one of deep sorrow mixed with steely determination. Mirjana reported that the Virgin actually wept as she explained that many of her children would refuse to heed the warnings, choosing instead to trust in human solutions for spiritual problems. As the prophet Malachi wrote, "But who may abide the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire." Malachi 3 verse 2 KJV. The physical environment in Bosnia seems to be validating these internal messages. Local authorities have quietly increased security around Medjugorje due to the surge of pilgrims, but they are also grappling with reports of unusual atmospheric disturbances in the region. Independent sources have documented unexplained lights and atmospheric anomalies that coincide with the reported apparition times, suggesting that the 3 days might be heralded by signs in the sky. The Church is not sitting idle while these signs unfold. In the next chapter, we will take you inside the spiritual emergency protocols that parishes are activating right now, and the specific survival kit of blessed items families are being told to gather. Across the globe, Catholic parishes have quietly begun implementing what can only be described as spiritual emergency protocols. Based on the guidance circulating from Medjugorje, priests are establishing 24-hour adoration schedules and organizing marathon confession sessions to handle the flood of penitents. Pastors report that participation in these preparatory gatherings has exceeded all expectations, as that the faithful intuitively know the time is short. But the preparation goes beyond the church walls and into the home. The message from the Virgin Mary contained remarkably specific practical advice regarding what we might call a spiritual survival kit. Believers are being strongly encouraged to maintain stocks of blessed candles, holy water, and essential religious articles. The instruction emphasizes that homes must be adequately consecrated to serve as refuges against the spiritual darkness. This return to traditional sacramentals is not superstition. It is armor, as Jesus warned in the parable of the 10 virgins. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, "Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out." Matthew 25 verses 7 to 8 DRB. The Virgin is telling us, do not be found without oil when the bridegroom arrives. While the faithful prepare their homes, the world outside is reacting in strange ways. Weather services across the globe have detected atmospheric anomalies that seem to intensify specifically around the dates highlighted in Marian apparitions. Scientists are struggling to explain these phenomena through conventional means, but for believers, they serve as external confirmations of the internal warnings. Even secular institutions are feeling the shift. Medical facilities near Medjugorje are preparing for the influx of pilgrims, but hospital administrators are reporting a bizarre trend. Nurses and doctors are requesting training in spiritual care. Medical professionals are seeking instructions on how to provide comfort during what they perceive will become a period of widespread fear and confusion. But the most powerful miracle isn't happening in the sky or the hospitals. It is happening at the dinner table. In the next chapter, we will reveal the wave of spontaneous reconciliation, healing broken families worldwide, and the strange changes happening in schools. Perhaps the most profound miracle occurring right now isn't found in the shaking of the earth or the anomalies in the sky, but in the quiet restoration of the human heart. The Virgin's emphasis on family unity has sparked a remarkable wave of reconciliation among estranged relatives across the globe. Social media platforms are currently documenting thousands of stories of family members reaching out to heal old wounds and restore broken relationships. This pattern of spontaneous forgiveness appears to be occurring independently across different cultures and regions, suggesting a coordinated spiritual response to the mother's call. To join our community and never miss an inspiring story, consider clicking like and subscribing to the channel. The transformation is extending into our institutions as well. Educational institutions with Catholic affiliations have begun modifying their December schedules to accommodate increased time for spiritual preparation. Teachers report that students are naturally gravitating toward prolonged periods of prayer and reflection, even when not explicitly encouraged by the administration. As the Apostle Paul wrote to the Colossians, bearing with one another and forgiving one another, if any have a complaint against another, even as Christ forgave you, so you also must do. Colossians 3, verse 39. However, not all preparations are purely spiritual. Emergency response coordinators in major cities have quietly updated their disaster protocols following consultations with religious leaders familiar with the Medjugorje messages. While maintaining public calm, these officials are preparing for scenarios that extend beyond typical natural disasters, anticipating widespread social disruption. Most concerning to many is the Virgin's specific warning regarding communication interruptions. This has prompted some believers to establish alternative methods of contact with their spiritual communities. Amateur radio operators within Catholic networks have reported heightened activity as groups prepare for potential failures in conventional communication systems. These backup networks are being tested and refined right now, ensuring that when the time comes, the faithful will not be silenced or isolated. The networks are buzzing and the families are gathering. But what must we actually do when the clock runs out? In our final chapter, we will deliver the ultimate action plan based on the Virgin's message, including the vital instructions on how to maintain your spiritual supply chain when the world goes dark. As we stand on the threshold of December, the response to heaven's call has become a global phenomenon that transcends all boundaries. Monasteries and retreat centers are reporting unprecedented demand, with wait lists stretching well into the new year. But this wave of awakening is not limited to the Catholic Church. Interfaith dialogue groups are reporting a sudden, unified cooperation, preparing together for what many perceive as a pivotal moment in human spiritual development. The Virgin's message has sparked a movement of practical, grounded preparation. In agricultural communities, farmers are quietly adjusting their winter plans based on guidance from believers familiar with the Medjugorje messages. They are increasing storage capacities and ensuring their properties can operate independently of external supply chains. This practical wisdom reflects the Virgin's emphasis on self-sufficiency during difficult times, not out of fear, but out of prudence. As the book of Proverbs reminds us, a prudent man sees danger and takes refuge, but the simple keep going and suffer for it. Proverbs 22, verse 3, NIV. Even the secular world of psychology is witnessing the shift. Mental health professionals have documented a significant increase in clients seeking guidance not for mental illness, but for spiritual preparation. Therapists report that many individuals are experiencing prophetic dreams and intuitive warnings that align perfectly with the messages coming from Medjugorje. The Vatican is watching closely. Serious discussions are underway regarding the issuance of specific pastoral guidance to support the global faithful through whatever trials may emerge in December. The atmosphere of anticipation is no longer just a feeling. It is a reality recognized by the highest levels of the Church. The evidence is mounting and the signs are undeniable. From atmospheric anomalies to spontaneous family reconciliations, the fingerprints of divine intervention are everywhere. The choice before every Christian soul is now crystal clear. You can choose to listen to these maternal warnings and prepare your heart through prayer, fasting, and conversion. Or you can choose to remain unprepared when the mercy of heaven finally manifests. The moment to decide has arrived. The window for comfortable, gradual change is closing. The time for heroic faith is now. As we conclude this urgent report, we invite you to make your stand. Comment Jesus is King below to affirm this truth with us. And your journey doesn't have to stop here. Click on the video appearing on your screen now for another powerful message we prepared for you.